I had engagements with Baba, and I say that we've been on the same side of the political divide. We've been on different sides of the political divide. But one thing that Baba always taught all of us is that in politics, we don't compete. We compete, but we do not become enemies. We compete, but we do not become enemies. And that is what it is. I want you, as members of ODM, to ask yourselves, how come Baba worked with Moi, and worked with Kibaki, and worked with Uhuru, and worked with William Ruto? You need to ask yourselves. It's because he always could transcend the divide of political competition and reach out for the good of the nation. That is the essence of politics. And I'm very proud that today, being president of Kenya, I have my roots in ODM. And nobody can take that away from me. You may not like it, but that is a fact. Sindio? Yes. You cannot write the story of William Ruto and complete it without saying he was a member of ODM. Not a member. He was a founder member and a deputy party leader of ODM. Are we together? Acha hiyo story. Sijui kama tunaelewana. Yeah? Mnasema nirudi nyumbani, si niko nyumbani tayari. What is the problem? Sikizeni. You know, if I mean, I was teasing, you know, after the elections, many of you may not know, as William Ruto, I was very sad. In this election, this past election of 2022, people were having sleepless nights. My team were having sleepless nights. Me, I was sleeping because it didn't matter to me who won the election. Whether I won or Raila Odinga won, we had almost the same plan for this Kenya. And I can say here without fear of any contradiction, Raila Odinga would have implemented housing the way I'm implementing. He would have implemented universal health coverage the way I'm implementing, because we believed in it together. And we started, even this railway thing, this SGR, it was in the original ODM manifesto. And that is why I must move the railway from Naivasha to Kisumu to Malaba. And by the way, I'm going to begin to move it by January. Sijui kama tunaelewana, my friends. Tuko pamoja. Let me say finally, because I said this is not, there is a time we are going to talk. Sindio? Kuna siku tutakuja tuongee. Leo ilikuwa ni mambo ya kusherehekea 20 years ya ODM. Sinamna hiyo? Na tutashirikiana. As I stand here, I have no apologies to anybody that today ODM and UDA are running the same government. Why? Because we have the same agenda. We have the same agenda. Tuko na agenda the same. If you read the manifesto of ODM and read the manifesto of UDA, the difference is maybe 20%. So, si tu sukume hii maneno tuende mbele. And by the way, let me tell you good people, the last meeting I had with Baba, and Anyang' Nyong'o was there, this professor. Anyang' Nyong'o was there. Hino was there. The last formal meeting, we had sat down to craft me and Baba, to craft how to move Kenya from a third world country to a first world country. Hii mnanielewa? And we asked Professor Anyang' Nyong'o. In fact, Baba is the one who had called Professor Hino from the United States to come to Kenya. And we sat down and we said, Kenya has gone through hoops for far too long. You know, we cannot continue like this. All of you seated here, you know Baba's ideas. This man, Simba Arati, you came with a team from Kisii. Baba spoke to that meeting. I was there, you were there. And he explained to people, why is South Korea ahead of us? Yes. And he said, we must do certain things. And we have agreed we cannot continue in this third world frame. And I called Anyang' Nyong'o after we finished the ceremonies of Baba, and Anyang' Nyong'o is working on something. I met him the other day. He told me he's putting it together because we agreed that we need to generate 10,000 megawatts of energy, and it is the reason why Opiyo Wandayi has very clear instructions on what to do with nuclear energy. We agreed that we must move the railway all the way. We agreed that we must have a new airport. We agreed that we must do another 10,000 kilometers of tarmac. So there are things we have agreed that must move Kenya from being a third world country to a first world country. And in honor of Baba and what he believed in, he even disagreed with many people on matters to do with the airport and many things, because he could see the opportunity we are losing by not being ambitious with our plan and with our program. So as we celebrate ODM at 20, I must tell you, the family of ODM, beyond everything else, we must work together towards moving this great country called Kenya, because that is why we came together then. And it was right then as it is right today. We may have come together then as individuals. We may be coming together now as political parties, but the mission is the same: to change this country. The mission is the same: to change this country. And I am very confident that together, in unity, we can lift this country to the next level, working together.